What's going on, everybody? Welcome to episode 15 of our Brentford career mode and what is hopefully the final episode of our first season here. And today we're just going to go through the games. We have Swansea and then possibly Derby, Stoke, Coventry, and Queen's Park. Now, as you can see, we are 12 points ahead of Norwich with 5 games to go. And frankly, it should be, in theory, 13 because they're not going to catch our goal difference. It's a goal difference of 40. So one win will get us promoted. One win will get us promoted. Watford have already been promoted to the Premier League, and we are looking to follow suit here with a win over Swansea. A win over Swansea will get it done. If we do go ahead and get it done, we're going to sim to the end of the season, and then we're going to go ahead and do our, roundup of the season and stuff like that, taking a look at transfers for next season, that sort of stuff as we get ready to move into the Premier League. But we got to beat Swansea first, so let's jump into this. Is Brentford Swansea? Everybody's fit. Let's go get promoted. Is that Yandanda? Swansea on it here. I believe that's a former Liverpool player. He brought that into low, and it's 1-0 to Swansea. That's a great pass. Is that Yandanda? Liverpool player? Not so sure. A former Liverpool youngster, at least. Low, either way, tucks his pass away. That is a brilliant finish. I kind of like those kits. They're pretty good. Not too bad, but it's a good finish. I mean, this is a perfect pass. Step in here. A really good pass. Right in between the center backs. Only Low could get it, and he has hammered that home. And Swansea, trying to ruin our big day. Comes out to De Silva, who can bring this forward now. Got a couple men on him, and that gets played forward to Tony, and Tony does well, and he's hold off Guehi, and he's moved into that spot. Oh, it's saved nicely. Oh, and we cannot quite get the rebound. That's a big old save there from Woodman, but we should be leveling the score there. Comes out to Mbuemo. Tony making a run. Ball comes back, and it's forward to Mbuemo, who's made a run into space here. Back across. Tony. This one more. Nicely done. And that's a good stretch here as it comes to Janelle, who turns back brilliantly. 1-1. Excellent from Janelle. And the deep-lying midfielder has leveled it up for us here on 33 minutes. That's a good goal. It is a good goal. He does well to just turn. Nifty. Shifty. Everything you need from a defensive midfielder here. He just steps inside right at the right moment. And then he just hammers it past Freddie Woodman in goal. It's a big goal. And on 34 minutes, we level it up here. 1-1. Oh, can't quite get to that one. It's good football here. Is Low. Not the greatest pass. And he shouldn't have gotten anywhere near that. And he steps inside nicely. And thankfully, Raya is there to save it. That should not have happened. Luckily for us, Raya was in net. It's a decent save, though a little bit straight, to be fair. And Buemo's running the other way. So it comes out to Jensen. Janelle. De Silva. It's a good ball forward to Tony. And Tony sees him. Buemo's in plenty of space. Lovely finish. We've turned it around here. It's 2-1. 54 minutes gone. And the fans can smell promotion. They can smell the Premier League. It's a good finish. It's a really good run. Tony kind of just takes this wide and both kind of follow. And he steps inside very nicely. And then just passes it low into the net. Goalkeeper can't really be saving that. That is a good finish. A good move. And it's 2-1 here as we approach the hour. That's a brilliant ball. And Lowe is just outpacing our center backs. And goes for the chip. It's in the back of the net. Swansea level it. Oh, man. A late goal again. Been doing this a bit lately. I don't like it. We've been doing it most of the year, though. Lowe just gets away from the center backs. It's played forward, and he's just outpacing him. Raya comes out to try and save it. It's not going to happen. That's a good ball forward. And he's just too quick for the center backs. And that's a problem I don't want to have at the next level. A lot of the strikers up there are pacey like Lowe is. And you see the problems it causes there. 20 minutes to go. Can we find a winner that'll take us into the Premier League? Bad giveaway there with only 2 minutes to go. Is there a late winner here? So that gets played across. Here's Bryant. And Tony had space there, but it comes to Ali Seda instead. He turns out, back inside. It's Tony! Oh, it's a big block. It's a big block. And Swansea are looking like they're going to ruin our day here with only a minute of time added on. That is a shame. It's going to finish 2-2. Unless they grab something late here. Blow the whistle. We've won it there. And there's the whistle gone. It's 2-2. What is the crowd cheering for? No way Norwich lost their game. There's no way Norwich lost their game. What has been their form? We have been promoted. On the back of a 2-2 draw with Swansea, we have been promoted to the Premier League. Incredible. I forgot all about Norwich, and we were all focused on ourselves. We really were. But it looks like they have lost outright, and a draw has made it insurmountable for them to come back with 4 games remaining. We have been promoted to the Premier League. Who were Norwich even playing? They've been so bad lately, Norwich. 2-1 loss to Bournemouth. At least that one, you know, it's not a problem, but my God, has their form been really, really bad of late. And there it is, confirmation, a 13-point gap with only 12 points remaining. And Bournemouth are only 1 point back of them. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. We have been promoted to the Premier League. As simple as that. Let's take a look at the squad. The squad. I kind of want to make a second team sheet just for these last 4 games. Just get the younger players who can still grow. Opportunities. We're just going to add a new team sheet. Doesn't matter what it's called. But all that matters is that the younger players are getting time. We can get 4s here. Rorslev at right back. A lot of these players are going to be upset that they're not playing, but that's okay. We can leave the 2 back too. Henry can still play. Bryant is going to play. Ali Seda is going to play. De Silva is going to play. Jolis, 4s, and Buemo. I think that is good. I'm going to bring Tony onto the bench so he can continue to score goals. We can bring Gordon onto the bench, see if he gets a... Actually, we can... Yeah, we'll just bring him onto the bench. Not bad. Not bad. Off to the Premier League. In our first season, of course, that was the goal. Automatic promotion. It's come our way. We're going to finish behind Watford by the look of it. A 4-point gap with 4 games to go. I'm not too worried about it. But let's go to the calendar and sim our way forward. Where are we going to sim to? Mainly because the Champions League is here. So I think we are going to sim all the way out here. We'll also be able to take a look at who won the playoffs and stuff like that. So give it a sec, and we'll be right back with it. All right, we are back. In the last 4 games, we've got a 2-1 loss to QPR, 3-2 win over Coventry, a 3-0 win over Stoke, and then a 2-0 win over Derby, though the Derby score came with the starters. I forgot to switch them out. But a win over... One more win there and we would have won the league, but it's okay. It's not too big of a deal as Bournemouth finish ahead of Norwich. And I actually need to see how the playoffs went. Kind of interested. I'm not sure where I can find that, though. Pick competition. Championship playoffs. And Bournemouth are being promoted back, and Norwich, their bad form continued into the playoffs that they were beaten by Nottingham Forest. I mean, I don't know what happened, but Bournemouth will come up with Watford and Brentford, and Norwich will stay down. Now, in the office here, we have a load of things. I've gone ahead and scouted a ton, absolutely a ton of players, as players have returned from loan and stuff like that. We're going to have to take a look at that next year, of course. Youth player, oh, that is so annoying. I completely forgot about the youth players. Ugh. Okay, well, you know, we're going to have to deal with it. We're just going to have to deal with it. Youth player unsettled, Ingram, Woolley, Pickering, and those are the players that went Ingram, Woolley, Pickering. There's always a problem. I hate how quickly youth players become unsettled in this. I mean, they're 15, 16, 17, and they're freaking out that they haven't been called up. It's super annoying. We're going to have to get rid of Hargreaves, but the most important two players are still here, which is good. Up to 83 to 89, that was what I was kind of hoping for, 81 to 87, but it's 83 to 89 now. And 85 to 94 for Jackson Rowe, who can play on either side at fullback, which is really incredible. He's a left back by trade. He's left-footed, I would think. He's going to stay at left back, but that's good. And then we'll have to deal with that now. And then transfer-wise, in the transfer hub, I've pretty much put every interesting player who would either be possibly relegated or players who are going to stay in the championship we could bring up. There are a ton of them. There's just a bunch. We're going to have to take a look. Next year is one of those things where we want to go ahead and get as many good players in as possible. We got to get deeper and we got to get better all in one go. I mean, this is the starting lineup. We could improve everywhere in theory. So, I mean, it's going to be one of those things. It's not going to be easy. But let's go ahead and end the season by taking a look at the squad, see how they did. Squad hub, here we go. And we're going to go over the stats, and here we are. Raya, 55 appearances, 13 clean sheets. He's up to 75 overall. I was unaware that he was actually so young. We've bought Romero in. Raya's a good option. I'm not sure how good he gets. So, I mean, we're still probably going to look for possibly a really young goalkeeper that we know gets really good. But Raya has been good this year, and we'll see what happens going forward. Davis, Leif Davis, he came in as backup for Rico Henry, played 3 times, got himself an assist. We'll see about going forward what we do at left back. Lewis Gordon, he played a couple times this year, 4 as an emergency kind of guy behind Henry, who was the workhorse this year at left back. 4 appearances, a clean sheet. He probably won't be back next year at age 20. Doesn't really have room to grow. Henry, 76 overall now, 23 years of age, 48 appearances, 2 goals, 4 assists. An incredible year for him, and he was just a workhorse back there. Played so many games. Caceres, who we bought in over the summer, up to 75 overall, 21 years of age, growing very nicely, 38 appearances, 9 clean sheets, a goal and assist to his name as well. Pinnock, 28 years of age, 75 overall now, 48 appearances, 12 clean sheets. Someone who's probably going to be a backup next year. I think we have to get quicker there at center back, and it's not because Pinnock's a bad player or anything. I just think he can be 3rd or 4th choice for a team like us, and still contribute massively. Charlie Good, 2 appearances. Someone who'll probably be leaving over the summer. Sorensen, 22 years of age, 68 overall. Someone who might get a loan out next year, but someone who's probably not going to make the team in the long run. Jansen, at center back, 74 overall. Someone who might be leaving, 30 years of age now, 3 clean sheets. It's just the jump up to the Premier League is probably a little bit too much for Jansen right now. Rakic here, who played 1 game because we didn't have any center backs really. 64 overall. 22, another player who might get a loan or be gone. Henrik Dalsgaard, 31 years of age, 73 overall, had a great year, still plays really well. Right back, something we're probably going to upgrade though, and he might just turn into the backup, but still a great player. 41 appearances, 1 goal, 5 assists, got forward excellently. He's a good player. Rorslev, 14 appearances, 2 assists, 4 clean sheets. Someone who may be relegated to 3rd choice, 4th choice perhaps. Might be there, as emergency backup at right back until we perhaps move the youngster that we have in the academy up. We'll see what actually happens. Norgard, 24 appearances, 2 goals, 1 assist, 27 years of age, up to 75 overall. A player who might be leaving possibly. A lot of players' futures are up in the air depending on how transfers kind of go and things like that. Brandon Bryant, growing very well. He's up to 70 overall, 18 years of age. We're going to keep playing him, keep giving him minutes. He is a very good player and is going to grow into a very good player. 26 appearances, 3 goals, 4 assists for him. Janelle, 44 appearances, 7 goals, 12 assists, 12 clean sheets as well. Someone who, at the beginning of the year, I didn't think his attributes kind of lined up very well for a player who's going to be good, but he had an excellent year. Still only 23 and can continue to grow. Josh De Silva, 51 appearances, 15 goals, 27 assists, 12 clean sheets from midfield. I mean, what a year for him. What a year. Should be starting there when we move to the Premier League. 79 overall, jumped 6 overall points. Still has a lot to grow. An excellent, excellent player. Baptiste, 7 appearances, 2 goals, 2 assists. Someone who's probably going to be leaving because he doesn't have a ton of room to grow, and we're just going to be packed there, I feel. But a really fun player to have around. Plays a lot better than his overall even suggests. Jensen, 41 appearances, 15 goals, 19 assists, 76 overall. An excellent, excellent year for the Denmark man. Grown 3 overall points. Player who will probably be around next year, though. I'm not sure if he's going to be the starter in that, you know, the tip of the triangle there. I kind of want someone a little bit more athletic. But, you know, we'll see. Everything is, as I said, up in the air. Godos, an unfortunate thing happened to him, of course. 7 appearances, 2 goals, and an assist. He was playing well to start. Looked like he was going to be that backup option behind Jensen, but that injury, obviously, he didn't get to play, and frankly, our jump up might just render him, you know, not a part of the team going into the next year. 27 years old. He's got a lot of football ahead of him. Don't want to get in the way of that. Ali Seda, 72 overall now, 34 appearances, 12 goals, 11 assists. A lot of those off the bench. He's an excellent player. I love him in that tip of the triangle spot. If we can keep him growing, he might just cement that as his own going forward. Marcondes, 10 appearances, 1 goal, 3 assists. He took Godos' spot really after the injury. Up to 71 overall, but I don't think he has got a long-term future at the club, unfortunately. Fosu, 30 appearances, 3 goals, 6 assists, 25 years of age for the Ghanaian, 72 overall. Someone who, I don't want to get rid of him. I don't want to say, though, that his future here is super long-term. I think we're going to keep him around next year, but super long-term, I'm not sure if he's got enough space to grow. He's definitely going to be in the squad next year, though. Sergi Canos, someone who might not be in the squad next year. We'll see. 24 years of age, up to 73 overall. He's just not as quick, not as athletic. It's kind of weird for a winger to not be those things going up into the Premier League. It's going to be difficult for him to find game time, I feel. 22 appearances, though, 4 goals, 3 assists. A pretty good player, but we may just move him on and get what we can back. Joli's 42 appearances, 7 goals, 9 assists. Only 19 years of age, as I said. He can play across the front 3. There were times where he was struggling to get into the game, and that's why I kind of like having Fosu around, because he can come off the bench and really run tired defenders ragged. But still a pretty decent year for the 19-year-old. Mbuemo, 48 appearances, 19 goals, 16 assists, 10 clean sheets. An excellent year for the player on the right, up to 76 overall, still only 21. Now, he will probably be starting there on the right, can play striker as well. Should have a long-term future here. It took a little bit to get going, but he ended up with 19 goals, and you know, he didn't really score for like the first 15, so pretty decent haul. He really turned around in the back end of the year. 4 of 7 appearances, 2 goals, 2 assists, and a clean sheet. Will probably be, you know, emergency option next year. Still only 21. We may get him a loan, see if we can grow him a little bit, but we'll see. And then Tony, I mean, what a year. 52 appearances, 69 goals, 23 assists. Up to 79 overall at 25. The Englishman will be leading the attack next year, but I kind of want to bring in some competition for him at striker. But yes, guys, next year we're going to be taking a look at a variety of different options. I mean, when you look at the squad here, there are a couple players who are surely going to keep their spot. Tony, Mbuemo, De Silva, probably Henry as well. Caceres most likely, but everyone else is... We have room to grow, and we have room to grow very quickly. Raya's probably not going to be the starter. We have Romero coming in, and I kind of want to get a player who's got a higher ceiling than Raya's got. But, you know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm not sure what kind of money we're going to end up with, but obviously we'll find out next episode as we start the new season, guys. But that is going to be it here. end of Season 1, we've been automatically promoted to the Premier League. Now next year, obviously, survival is a must, guys. But that is it. I hope you've enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more. And peace.